Smooth as hell. All right, thank you, Kid Griffey, for coming on the podcast, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Yeah, so in the first episode of every podcast with every guest, I like to get as much background from the guest as possible. I always like to start off with, your upbringing, which is where were you born, where you grew up, and what school you went to with middle school.
Yeah. Okay, so I was born in Chicago, on the
what
south side.
Ooh.
So I lived up there. I think we moved up here when I was about 1. So I didn't
wow.
really live up there for that long. But we moved down here just with my mom and everything, because my mom and dad were on separate paths. So
Okay.
they were separated for most of the time. So when we moved down here, I had went to Haskell, right over on the west side.
Okay.
So I went there for elementary, and then I went to Kennedy. So that was pretty cool. But other than that, it was just like pretty much. I wouldn't say a regular, but just a hard, but you get through it upbringing. You've been through a lot, but you find a way to make it through and just make it better.
Okay.
So we went through a lot of hard situations, a lot of hard times and everything like that, but we always found a way to bounce back. So.
And when you moved from Chicago to Rockford, did you know what was going on, or you're just
Oh
too
no,
young?
I didn't know. I was too young.
Oh, okay.
I was just following my mom.
Yeah.
I was in the car seat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm also actually from Chicago, the South Side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up.
I moved here when I was a little bit older though. I moved here when in 07. I was probably like fucking 15, 13 around
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yeah.
So you spent a good little time.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. When I moved from Chicago to here, bro, I was definitely scared, and this is why I always tell people, like, I was definitely scared because it seemed more spaced out than Chicago, where everything's compact and your friends down the street.
Exactly.
Even though that down the street can probably go really bad for you, but here,
you gotta go way across town.
Yeah, bro, exactly, man. And man, I was always scared because like for me, everything being spaced out, I feel like you can get lost. I mean, a lot of shit,
Yeah.
a lot of shit can happen, and yeah, man, when I came here, it didn't really seem that bad after a while.
Yeah, you just gotta get used to it.
Yeah.
Get used to the environment and everything. Especially since it's not as big, and it's not as big, but it's just like you said, everything is split apart. So you gotta know exactly what you're doing.
I like to say, like, we're big, but we're a small town. Yeah. So when did music come around for you?
I've been in love with music all my life. I never really noticed it. My parents used to tell me stories and stuff. Like when I used to listen to music, I used to just be the quiet kid in the corner, bobbing my head and everything. Just never really. I was always an introvert, so I never was really around other kids doing really unless it was my family.
Yeah.
So until I got to like middle school or something like that, then that's when I started to like open up a little bit more. But that was just like as a class clown, I was making people laugh all the time and stuff like that. So, but my uncle had told me this story. This was I think he said I was like 7 or 8, and he walked in on me in front of the fan singing,
doing the auto
trying to use that as my auto tune. So I remember walking in though, you was just doing that. He was like, "But you used to always be into music." I was like, "But I never realized it until I was 17, and that's when I had to move to Detroit with my pops."
Okay.
Because I was going through some things up here with school and everything. I was joking off, not paying attention. I wasn't taking it serious.
Yeah.
So I had to get out the environment. So she sent me off to my pops. So when I was up there, I was by myself a lot because he was at work. My stepbrother that I did have up there, Tyrese, rest in peace. He had got sent off to boot camp.
Okay.
So most of the time I'm by myself. Nobody else was at the house really. So it was like school, work, back at the house by myself until the morning. And then I see him before he go to work. So with that, it built like I felt alone. So I started listening to music more and everything. I was already into music. But then I started thinking about it like, why don't I just try to see what I can do with it? Like, let me try to get my feelings out like they be doing it. So I started writing little freestyles and stuff. Like, I think my first freestyle was what was that? Song Cry.
Song Cry?
By Jay-Z.
Okay, yeah. yeah.
So with that one, I think that was like my first freestyle that I ever wrote.
Yeah.
And that was like just having fun with it. Just and then once I seen what I could do, I started trying new things. And so I wrote my first song called "You Know," and that's actually something I didn't drop until this year.
Oh, really?
So I wrote that when I was 17 years old. I recorded it when I was 18.
Holy
I'm
shit.
24 now.
Yeah,
I didn't drop it until this year on my EP.
yeah, yeah.
So with that, that's when I found out I had a talent for music. So I was just writing for years, but never put anything out because I was too afraid to be in the spotlight. I
Oh,
never
shit.
wanted to be in the spotlight. I was always the kid in the back.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, so I never wanted to do it. So me doing this, I had to break out of my shell to
Oh,
be able
yeah.
to do this stuff.
Yeah.
Like to be able to perform in front of people, be in a studio with other people, like just working with people and just
Yeah,
being on camera and stuff. I had to get used to that stuff because that stuff is hard.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Like it sucks. You can hear it now. My voice is like my voice sound nervous, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm trying not to be nervous. But
Yeah.
it's like it's just getting used to being in front of the camera and
Oh,
everything.
yeah, yeah, bro.
So,
Trust me. But before we get any further, man, I definitely want to break down what you said. So, when your parents were playing music around you, what were they listening to, if
uh,
you remember?
R. Kelly.
Ooh.
They listen to a lot of old school R&B. That's what they
Okay.
were into.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's a lot of stuff that I still listen to them
yeah,
songs.
yeah.
So it's like some that stuff never gets old. So it's like so with that stuff, my dad used to listen to excuse me.
No, you're good.
My dad used to listen to Redman, Method
Mhm.
Man, uh all them dudes. So I used to hear that stuff. My uncle used to listen to Biggie and Pac, so I used to hear it on his side with that
Yeah,
stuff, and then so it was like switched out throughout the everywhere I went. But I was always into everything because it was like some nothing wouldn't make me bow my head and just get into my zone or just zoning out.
mm,
But I never actually realized it. But everybody who was around me, my family and everything, they started to realize it. So when I
mm,
did get into music, they was like, "Some it's not a shock, but it is shocking
yeah,
how like because you're an introvert, so you're not gonna be used to being around people or being in videos and in front of the camera and stuff like that."
yeah, dude. And I'm really surprised you said you're an introvert. You know, at first perspective or first glance, I wouldn't think that from you.
Man, that's what a lot of people say.
Yeah, yeah, and but I definitely relate, bro. Because I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I never done music, but I was always an artist.
hmm
I always like to doodle, do my little thing. But I was always nervous and shy. I was always in the corner in the dark, like fucking always nervous, scared to really talk out. The only time I did was in school,
And that was joking around.
joking around, bro. So my grades was always horrible.
Same here. I was literally in school for joking around, and me and my mom just had a conversation not too long ago about this, and she always told me I used to say this since I was younger, but I never realized it. Like I've always told myself that I would never like school just wasn't for me, and
Mm.
it wasn't like a bad thing. It was like some because I was smart. I knew all the stuff because
Okay,
once I
okay.
went to Detroit. I was done with all of the things that I needed to be done before my graduation 2 months before everybody else.
Okay,
So
okay.
I realized if I actually focused, I could have really did this if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But I was so focused on making people laugh and being the head of the class and stuff like that
Yeah.
because when I go back to the house, I'm gonna be quiet.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
nobody's gonna see me outside of school.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it was like one of those things. So
I actually never thought of it that way. Me, I just wanted to have friends at school because at the home I was
hmm
always. I mean, I'm not the only child, but I am the boy out of two girls.
oh okay.
So my sisters never fucked with me. I'm just a little booger nose brother.
Just an irritating little brother.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Irritating for real. Like I really was, man. And so they really didn't talk to me or play with me at home. So I had to use or find ways to get friends at school.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And yeah, man. In school, did you find other people like yourself that does music, or it was just you on your own the whole time?
When I
Or
actually when I started, no.
okay,
Because I was away from everybody. That's when I was in Detroit when I started.
okay,
So when I was here, I wasn't really paying attention to. It was people that were making music, but I never actually paid attention to it because it was like, okay, I listen to music all the time, but it's like nothing too serious that I ever took serious.
yeah,
So it was like, so once I did get that alone time by myself and actually just really thought about things, I was like, man, let me just try something new and let's just see where it goes. And then now I'm seeing where it takes me.
yeah,
So it was definitely worth it to try.
yeah. And how when you first when you went to Detroit to and you realized, oh, I can do this. What was your first like? What got you there? If you don't mind me asking.
Depression.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh
I was
shit.
very, I went through a very depressed stage when I was in Detroit because it was like I felt alone. I
Yeah, yeah.
couldn't, like, the people that I thought would check on me every day weren't checking on me. The thing I thought my pops was going, me and him was going to bond while I was there and get closer. Like, we had our moments, but I thought it would have been more than that. So it was like
Yeah.
I went through a lot of depression when I went through that, and that's what actually made me try writing. I was like,
Oh
man, like
shit.
I want to get all these feelings out. I ain't got nobody to talk to. I feel like.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm hearing these people on beats and stuff. This one I was listening to a lot of Chance the Rapper, A Boogie when he first came out. Um, it was so many other artists, but those were two of the main. And I was like, man, like I was just listening to their music, and I was like, these dudes really just speak their truth. And so it was like, let me try and just get my words out on page and see where it goes. Like, and so I just started listening to beats and stuff and just writing down small little stuff, but then I'd never finish it
Mm.
for a little while. But then I actually took the time and started to realize I would get zoned out when I would write. And I would pop up and then look at my phone. It's 3 o'clock. I started at 12.
Oh shit.
Damn, it's been 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
I done been working on this song for 3 hours and just not even paying attention to it. So it was like I get in my zone when I started to write. So it was like once I found that zone, I started to lose a lot of depression. So it brought me back to a better space. So it was something that actually helped with my depression. It brought me out of that because it made me feel like I had a voice again. I ain't got to talk to one certain person. I can get my music out and talk to millions. But at that time, I was so afraid to like put myself out there because I was shy. So I didn't know how people would accept me.
Yeah, yeah,
So I was like, I just held on to music.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
was just recording, holding on to it, showing friends and stuff. They like, dude, put something out.
Oh shit.
Like, bro, put something. Why aren't you putting something out? I'm like, bro, I am. I'm gonna put something out. I'm telling you, in a couple months.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what I would keep saying. In a couple months. In a couple months. In a couple months. And then 3 years passed by.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
then no, it was what
Time.
yeah, basically it's so from 17 to 23 is when
Oh
I
shit.
dropped my first song, my first actual video and song.
That's about like what 6 years?
Yeah. So it
Ooh,
took 6 years for me to break out of that shell to be
yeah.
able to be in front of the camera and actually trust that people are going to accept my voice the way that I want them to. Even if they don't, I got to be okay with that.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is my voice. So I can't be afraid to let my voice be heard. So it was like, so once I actually got that, I started to get more versatile with everything. So I started to make different types of music. So with my EP that I just dropped on the third, called Watch This, it's basically just a versatility EP. It's just showing people that you don't gotta stay in one lane as an artist. If you want to try stuff, try it.
Yeah.
I got songs on there where I'm singing. I got songs on there where it's straight rapping. I got songs on there where it's just vibey. Like it just feels good. So, and that's what I want people to like feel. I want you to feel good when you listen to my music. It doesn't have to be a certain way or a certain sound. I want anybody to turn my music on and just feel it.
Yeah. But wait, before you go any further, man, I'm gonna close this door because
Oh
it
yeah.
keeps making this. Dude, I totally fucking relate with the depression because I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't really have a tough upbringing. I definitely always had I had everything I need in life,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I don't know why it hit me at some point when I was little.
It hit everybody. Can't nobody escape it. No matter how good you feel like you're doing or
And
how
you'll be
good your
surprised.
upbringing is, you'll be shocked that it's some of the richest people in the world who the saddest people.
I know, right? That's,
So, and people don't be paying attention to that. Like,
yeah,
these
yeah,
people are sad. They doing all this to entertain y'all. But then when they go behind closed doors, they're not even comfortable in their own skin.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like
And it's
everybody's gonna deal with it.
and it's usually not just like actors and stuff. It's usually the people that are like behind the scenes
Mm-hmm.
that are rich as fuck that are depressed. But and I didn't do music, but I did drawing, and every time I drew, it was kind of like therapy for me. So I always every time I did hit like a really low, I would always draw. It would help me out.
And that's where I started too. I started drawing in middle school.
Oh, really? And the thing is, I would always be shy or nervous or however you want to say it, like to show my art or my skills to
Because you
people.
didn't know how people will accept it. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
is they
like
gonna think it as good as I think it is?
yeah, yeah, exactly, bro. So a few things. I'll do a few things. Not gonna lie, some sneaky shit. Like I would draw right, and then like how there's desks close to people.
Uh-huh.
I would kind of like put my notebook
Real
on the
close.
side. Yeah,
So
yeah.
somebody will peep over the
Like
corner like, you did that?
yeah,
Oh,
like
that's
you did that. Like
dope,
oh
man.
shit, you see it?
Like, oh
So
snap, that's
yeah, yeah, and that's how I kind of tiptoed my way to like knowing people or people knowing me. But with you, bro, since you I mean, me, bro. I kind of regret not paying attention in school because I feel like
Trust me.
I could have learned a lot more, bro. A lot of things that I really wanted to learn or I'm trying to learn now, I could have learned in school.
Literally. I say that all the time.
Yeah, and with you, bro, like obviously, I don't. A lot of people might not know this, but like, do you do you feel like you should have paid attention in school?
Yes. I feel like I really should. I talk about this all the time. I wish I could go back because I knew that I could do it. The work wasn't hard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like the work was easy. I could get the work done. It's just the fact that I wanted to be the head of the class for some odd reason.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was like I just wanted to be that person that people were laughing with or laughing at. I ain't even care.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
be
same
laughing with
here.
me or laughing at me. I don't care. As long as you laughing,
Yeah,
then we
yeah.
good.
Cause yeah, it makes you feel the same,
Yeah.
like getting that reaction from somebody.
So it's like with me, I definitely wish that I could go back. I could go back, and I wish I would have played sports
Oh, really?
in
What kind
high
of
school,
sports?
basketball.
Basketball?
I wish I
Oh
would have played
shit.
football too,
Ooh.
because I was a cold fucking receiver back when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I never put it to use because I never got pushed. I always wanted somebody to push me towards it,
Yeah.
but it never happened. So I just never did it.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's something people don't tell you. Well, that's something people really don't show you and tell you when you're young. Is like people are not gonna get it for you. They're gonna help you,
Yeah.
but they're not gonna do it for you to give it to you.
Uh-huh.
They're just gonna help
You got to
you
figure it
along the
out.
way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that, and and I say that because there's a bunch of people in school and outside of school that were willing to really help me get what I wanted to get. But it for me it's just trying to be cool. And also, in high school when I was really getting a lot of help, fucking like I was so busy trying to be like this cool weed dealer and like trying to be the cool guy, right? That I fucked everything up.
Fuck the whole opportunity.
Yeah, and then high school flew by, bro. That's one
And then you
thing.
can't get it back.
Yeah, you really can't, bro. I have
That's what I tell kids now, though. Like, pay attention, bro.
like be goofy off school time,
Literally, y'all got all and y'all got so much. Y'all got everything now. Like we
bro. In
didn't,
the palm of your hand,
we,
palm of your hand.
we didn't have this though.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like, bro, do it outside. You can do anything you want on your phone outside of school.
yeah,
But when you just pay attention.
yeah,
Get it out the way because when it's over with, you're gonna be just like me or just like us,
yeah.
saying, "Man, I wish I could have went back and just really just paid attention to that shit, so I could have actually had a better opportunity to do things."
Or just be more knowledgeable
Yeah.
in life. Um, what's it called? What?
I love these damn stickers.
Yeah, thank you. Hold on, man. Yeah, I get brain farts.
Oh no,
Sorry
you
about
good.
that.
You good, man.
But was it hard? Well, I mean, you say that you're pretty smart already. With writing, was were you still pretty smart in writing as well, or would it have been helpful if you would have paid attention more?
It definitely would have been helpful if I would have paid attention more, but with the things that I felt like I know naturally,
Hmm.
for some odd reason,
Yeah.
it definitely like once I started writing, everything flowed exactly how I wanted it to.
Okay.
And I was able to put certain words where I needed them to be and make things flow and the story be told the way that I wanted to. So it was definitely like I was getting I was paying attention. I'm hearing the teacher, I'm reading the books, I'm doing all that. So I'm holding it in. I'm just not doing the work.
Mm.
So it was like I was getting everything that I needed. I just didn't put it on paper. I was never doing homework, never so it was like I literally could have did it if I wanted to, but for some reason I just wanted to be the cool kid,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
class clown. So it was like some. Now it was like some. I look back and it's like some. I knew all of this stuff. I could have easily done all of this and got graduated from here in Rockford instead of having to move into Detroit, and then just been able to probably go to college somewhere because I was smart enough to actually do it, but I just never actually wanted to do it. I used to tell my mom all the time, I don't want to go to college. Like, but I never had a reason to it. I never knew why. But then it was like, so once I got everything out the way, it was like, so now she was like, since I was younger, I'd never wanted to work for anybody, but I've had 1,000,002 jobs. So it's like, so now it's like I have to take control of everything and actually just, it's a reason I was telling myself there's a reason everything went the way it went. So it was like, I had to go to Detroit for a reason. I found music again in Detroit. I found my own music. I started writing music in Detroit. I probably wouldn't have done that if I would have stayed here in Rockford. So I feel like everything happened for a reason. So I have to actually put that blessing to use. So it's like, so even though it took depression for me to find that talent, I have to make that talent something that's going to take me further than I know I can go. Like, I know that I'm worth millions. I know that I can touch the world with my music, but I just have to get there. It's going to take a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication.
yeah, bro.
And it's been a lot of times, especially now, you know what I'm going through. Somebody stole my car.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, so dealing with something like that, especially over all of that, I'm not even going to say all my life, but the last 4 years of my life, all the BS that I've been through is like for me to actually work to get something and it was my first car
Yeah, yeah.
because from 21 to the end of 24, I'm about to be 25 in April. So I say until December, I was having seizures,
I'm sure.
and doctors still don't know why.
Yeah,
I only
yeah.
had them when I was asleep. So
Oh
I've
shit.
lost jobs, opportunities, things like that because of that, because it killed my body, it killed my mind. I forgot certain things from when I was younger, growing up and shit like that. So it's certain memories that I don't have anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of people don't even know that. So it's like some with me being able to get past all of that and still be pushing for this music, it has to be a reason for it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, so I can't stop doing it now. So now it's like the point of growing and actually knowing what I need to do. So
Dude, that's crazy. I mean, like, did you? I mean, I hope I'm not being insensitive, but like, did you feel them when you were sleeping, or did
oh
somebody
no,
sleeping next to you was like, "Hey, man, you're twitching,"
I
or?
literally the first time it happened was the day after my 21st birthday.
Oh shit.
I was drunk. I don't even think I was drunk. I think I took like maybe one or two shots
Yeah, 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 yeah.
because I wasn't. I'm still not a heavy drinker. I hate drinking.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's like I woke up the next morning and my body was hurting. So I couldn't remember it, but I woke up, I didn't feel it at first, but I tried to sit up and my body was killing me. So I'm like, what the fuck just happened? What did I do last night? So I'm literally trying to get up and my back is going through a spasm, so I'm stuck.
Gee.
So I called my mom. What the hell going on? She, I don't know what's going on, but it seems like you had a seizure.
Oh shit.
So I'm like, I've never dealt with a seizure ever before in my life
Yeah,
until
yeah.
the age of 21. So it was like once I went to the hospital and things like that, they couldn't, after blood tests and stuff like that, they couldn't figure out what was going on still.
Yeah,
So I'm still going through things where I'm dealing with doctors and I'm gonna have to set up some appointments where I have to get sleep tests. I haven't had one in over 6 months, and I just thank God for that because it just stopped.
yeah.
Like I don't know what it was, but it just completely stopped. And I'm just gonna thank God and pray that it never comes back.
Yeah, 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 for
So,
sure.
but I'm still gonna make sure that I get the tests and shit that I need to make sure that I am good for the future because I don't want it to come back and like when I'm actually doing good and then some bullshit happen.
Yeah, that's one thing scary about life, man. One day you're good, and then the next thing, shit.
Yeah, you never know what. Appreciate every moment
Yeah, yeah.
for real.
And with that, bro, do you appreciate every opportunity when it comes to music? Your music?
Yes, I tell people that all the time. Music is literally was my escape and my reason for not actually giving up. It's been a couple of times where I've wanted to give up, and because I explained it like this: when you're afraid to go to sleep, you fuck your body up. But then, as you're fucking your body up, no matter when you go to sleep, you're gonna have that seizure. So you're just progressing the inevitable.
Yeah.
So it's just like after a while, it was just like I had to just deal with it. But being able to just know that that's on your mind every day and still be able to smile and be okay knowing that when you go home and you go to sleep, you might not wake up in the morning. Because it's people that don't wake up in the morning after that shit. Because I have grandma seizures. So I've almost bit my tongue off a couple times.
Yeah.
So with that, you don't know if you're going to wake up in the morning. So it was like, I thank God every day that I'm good right now. And that's the reason that I'm pushing, because I know it's a reason you kept me through all of this. Ain't no reason you did all that and let the devil do all this for me not to get through this and actually make a triumph and make something of myself. So it's like that's the reason I'm really still pushing towards music and trying to make things happen.
Does that, like, since you know that happens to you when you sleep, do you stay up longer?
I used to.
Yeah.
I got back to my regularly scheduled programs. I'm an old man. I tell people this stuff all the time. I don't really like going out, and my friends, people around me will tell you, I'm not the person to go out. I don't like being around a lot of people.
Dude,
so
me too.
I'm literally
no, everything you tell me, bro. I definitely, and I shit you not, bro. Like, there was a lot. I missed a lot of parties, bro. Literally down the street. There was bangers down the street, but I was just so nervous, shy to like just be there, bro.
Just with a lot of people. It's just like, yeah, I'm good. I just be on myself. I'm cool.
But actually, not. I'm kind of glad I didn't go, because usually some of those bangers that I wish I would have gone, bro, actually turned
Some
out
bullshit.
to, yeah, bro, some bullshit.
So definitely being an introvert definitely will keep you out of a lot of situations.
Yeah, but I mean, it does, and I'm grateful for
miss
that.
opportunities too.
There you go.
So it's definitely it's a double entendre.
Yeah.
So you can miss out on some things, but at the same time it can save you. So it's like, so you got to just pick and choose when to trust it. But it's definitely like being shy and shit like that. It took me a while to actually be able to go outside and just chill with people. Like I used to do it back in the day, like when I was a teenager, like right after I graduated high school, because it was like I wanted to fit in so bad.
Oh yeah.
So it was like I was drinking. I had no reason to drink. I didn't like drinking at all. I literally didn't. I used to tell myself all the time, bro, you don't like this. Why the fuck are you drinking? Because they're drinking.
Yeah.
So it's like, so why, bro? So I had to separate myself again and be like, bro, it's okay to be by like an introvert. You love yourself. So you can be happy by yourself, even if you're not chilling with nobody. So it's like, so with me being an introvert, I don't like going out really unless people don't see me out unless it's with my music. If it doesn't have to do with my music or something with somebody that I care about in this music or in my family, I'm not really outside. I will be okay being at home and just relaxing.
How long did it take you to realize I don't have to go outside, or I don't have to go kick it every day?
Once that seizure shit started,
21.
Really? Because before that, I was going out just to just go out. I had no reason. I didn't even feel like going out some nights, but I would second guess myself and then just step out for no reason. And then some bullshit happened. Me and my mom was just talking about this. Every time I second guess myself in the past, it's always ended up in some bullshit. Like literally. And I was like, you're right. I was like, I really started to notice that. Like every time I was second guess myself, it was some bullshit happened. So it was like, so why the hell? I was like, I gotta stop second guessing myself. I just gotta take that first word that I say in my head, just stay here and chill, instead of just listening to that second voice that be like, you might as well just go out.
Right, like, have some fun, man.
Like, I ain't no shit. I might as well. But it's like, so it wasn't even worth it in the end. Now I'm sitting here. I come back to the house pissed off. Like, now I got to go to sleep mad. Now it's like, bro, like, it was no reason to even going out. But it was like, with that and getting used to being in front of the camera as an introvert is very hard.
Yeah, bro.
I know getting your art in front of a camera and showing the world is hard sometimes.
Oh, yeah, bro,
so it's like, it's definitely something you got to get used to, and a lot of people don't understand that because a lot of people are a people person. Like they okay with being in front of the camera. They're not camera shy. They're okay with entertained in a big group. Like I was never that person. I can't be the person that entertained a big group. I'm the guy in the back. I can help out if you need me, but don't really need me though. I'm in the back. Like, so it's like I'm behind the scenes, and I tell people all the time with my music and the things that I do got coming soon. It's gonna show people just how true of an artist I am and how versatile I am. And this is the music that I really want people to hear.
Okay.
The music that I've dropped is music that I know like was gonna catch people's attention.
Okay.
It did everything that I thought it was gonna do.
Yeah.
It caught people's attention. It got people knowing my name. It got people knowing my face. I didn't did shows. I didn't. So it's like something. It did exactly what I wanted it to do. But now it's time to show people like how true of an artist I am. And so it's like now it's time to step into a different lane. And some people aren't going to get it because it's art. It's certain crowds for certain things. They still going some people still going to love my stuff that I just put out and some people going to love my new stuff because it's actual I feel like it's actual music. I love J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, uh Andre 3000, Big Boy. I love those type of rappers. So it's like some when I say I want to do a different like show me as an artist in my music, that's what I'm gonna do with my next project. And so that's gonna show people a lot. And after all of this is once I do get solidified in the game, and I know I am, it's not being cocky, but just knowing my talents and how different I am from other artists and just being able to watch other artists and see my difference in them. It's like some I really see like this business, this music. I see it worldwide. I don't just see it like as a small thing. This is something that's gonna be able to take care of me and my family. So it's like I actually have to make that happen with my music, and that just comes with being different and being myself. So it's definitely, but in the long run, once I do get solidified, I want to be a ghostwriter.
Oh, really?
I don't want to be in I don't want to be in front of the camera the whole time. Like for real, I just want to get. I want to get solidified and just get my ground and my build up, and just once I do that and set my stone, I just want to be in the background. I want to be the ghostwriter. I want to be the person helping with videos, helping you in the studio. I want to be that person behind the scenes. So I don't always want to stay in front of the camera at all.
That's actually dope, bro. Because I mean, like usually, like I feel like once you get yourself out there, right? You want to be out there, but you know, like that. Yeah, that's dope. Like I mean,
tell people that all the time. Like I have a message, and once I get the message out that you can be yourself in this music, no matter where you from, even if you from a place where people will literally hate on you because your music is different. It's like you can still make it because this isn't the only space. It's a whole world out here that can literally haven't heard your music. You can take your music across seas and they can love you, and then the people in your own city won't even listen to you, or the people close to you or like anywhere. So it's like people across seas, it's people everywhere that can literally love your music. And you just have to continue to be you until your moment pops up. You don't have to try to fit in with everybody else doing with music. You don't have to try to change your style or change yourself for music and everything like that. You just got to stay yourself. And then once you do that, trust me, it'll pay off in the long run because people are going to see your difference and see how much work ethic is. It takes a lot more work ethic to be yourself than to just copy the trend.
Dude, it is.
So it is. I tell people that all the time.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You don't know that when you're young. You know, you want to be like everybody else because you know you see it.
You see it, so it's like if I do that, that's what that's gonna get me.
Yeah, right. And like, dude, it can go totally opposite for you, man. People can be like, bro, you just like that other guy.
Exactly. And that's what I never want people to say. Like, I literally, when people hear my music, they tell me all the time my music sounds different.
It does.
It does. Like, it sounds like nobody else that's from here. It sounds like.
Can I be honest? I mean, definitely correct me, bro. You know, I'm always wrong, so you know. But I don't know. Every time I hear your voice in a song, bro, it sounds like you're from Cali.
A lot of people tell me that.
Right? Like,
a lot of people told me that shit. My brother told me that. And we actually went to Miami and we're listening to one of my songs, just riding. And I was like, bro, why does this fit? Like, I was like, this fits. I was like, imagine if I can just come out here and really just show people my music and really just get those connects. Like, bro, I could literally blow up because it fits. It doesn't sound like I don't even want to say local, but it doesn't sound like some stuff that'll be like stuck. I want something that's lasting.
Yeah,
So when people hear it, they want to pass it on.
mm-hmm.
I want to pass it on to this person. Or you ain't heard this dude yet? You need to listen to this. That's how I want people responses to be when they hear me out of town and stuff. You haven't heard this dude? Man, look, he from out here, but look, listen to him. Like that's the response that I be wanting. That's why I make different kinds of music. None of my music really sounds the same.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like I give a different variety for everyone who wants to listen to my music.
Before we go any deeper, man, we're about that 35, 36 minutes, but we're going to head to the smoke room where we have smokier questions and uh, a more chill vibe. So definitely stay with us, guys. Follow Griffey. Check him out. Come back. Watch the rest of this interview podcast or stick with us and roll up a blunt. Let's get chill.
Okay.
Yep. So now that we're in the smoke room, bro, we talked a little bit personally about yourself. I want to talk a little bit more about music though.
Okay.
Your let's talk. Who did you listen to that influenced you in music?
Jay-Z
Jay
is
Z.
my number one.
Which song? Which song was like, dude,
Uh,
that I
what
want to
is
be
that?
Jay Z.
What was that album? It wasn't even a song. It was the album.
Oh, it's an album.
Um, oh no, it wasn't the Blueprint. Was it the Blueprint? See, now I gotta look it up.
And where did you? How did you come across that album?
My pops.
You played it on. Did you
See,
tell him like, hey, who is that, or did you just?
no, I just knew
Oh, okay.
because I, for some reason, music stuck.
Okay.
Like, so it was like I knew lyrics at a young age, just listening to stuff. So it was like, so with music, I was onto it. So I knew exactly what was going on. I knew who was doing what. Like, so it was like I always paid attention, but I never realized how much I would be into music.
Yeah, me, bro. If I didn't, if nobody told me the song's name or artist, I would never know who it was. So that's why I always like to ask
It was the Blueprint.
who the Blueprint.
Yep. And then the second one that I didn't hear because I was too young until after the Blueprint was Reasonable Doubt.
Reasonable Doubt.
And those two. But the way that he just flowed and just put his words together, and he stayed himself. Like he never tried to play an image,
Yeah,
never tried to do nothing like that. He literally was just himself in his music. He made you feel good. He made you bounce. He made you think.
Yeah, he definitely made me feel cool.
Like, yeah, bro, like literally, he make you feel like you could throw some Jay-Z and really feel cool just because it's like the way that he says certain things are just, yeah, like that feel like me. Like, damn. So yeah, with him, it was definitely that was one of my top. I love Tupac. I love Biggie. I love Andre 3000 just for his creativity, especially with Outkast.
Yes.
So I can't really because he's never had an actual solo project, like a full solo project.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know Andre 3000's list. I only know him as Outcast.
Literally, because I don't think he's ever had a solo album. Like him and Big Boy did they stuff together. Uh, but then after Outkast stuff, it was literally just like features.
Yeah.
So, but with him, it was just the way that he was so different and stayed different.
Yeah.
It was like he didn't care about what nobody was thinking, what nobody was, as long as he was cool, and people was eating it up because he was just himself. Like you never seen nobody like that. So it's like that's new.
And did you inspired to be like that, or just to be your own on how he did it?
Just to be myself. Like they inspired me just to be myself. You don't gotta be the guy talking about the guns and all the other stuff to be somebody who can make it off music. There's other problems in the world. There's other things going on. People go through a lot of other things.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
that's some. I've seen those things. I've been around those things, but you won't hear it most of the time in my music.
Yes, and that's what I appreciate. Because don't get me wrong, bro. Rap's cool, hard rap, trap, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Dope. But there's way more emotions and way more in the world,
Yeah.
in life.
It's like, and people don't be understanding that. I be like, so, bro, I get it. We like,
Get it?
there's so many of us that went through it, bro. Like, we've told the story 1,000,002 times, bro. Tell something. I know you've been through something else. I know you got your heart hurt. I know you've lost a friend. I know, like, talk about those things. Like, just stop talking about all being on a block and doing all this other shit. Yes, we get it. We get it. We all done it. We've all seen it.
I just hate when they bring in raps. I mean, and I may be wrong, man, but like, this is my opinion. But I hate them when they promote violence where you know they're, the enemies hit them and now they got to go do something back.
I trust me, I don't really like that. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
listen. I don't even listen to a lot of people don't even know. I don't listen to a lot of like. I'm from Chicago. I love Chicago. I listen to certain Chicago rappers who talk positivity
yeah.
and who have an actual message to their shit. I listen to a little Dirt, but I don't listen to him as much as everybody else do. I listen to him a lot of his new stuff because he's actually opening up. And like he doesn't like you're still going through certain things where you losing friends and stuff like that, but he's actually more open. At first, when he first started, it was nothing but guns and drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
But
would imagine.
he
Yeah,
grew into a different type of. He actually seen that he could actually let other things out with his music. So that's what made me actually like Lil Durk and G Herbo. And I love Lil Bibby.
yeah, yeah.
Lil Bibby is cold. I hate that he stopped doing music. Like I want another project bad as hell, but I don't think he's gonna make one.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Generally, yeah, my bad. Generally, I don't listen to a few of those rappers, man.
I don't
Yeah,
either. Not
yeah,
on an everyday basis.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I listen to them when I'm in the car with somebody
Hmm.
and they got them on. Other than that, I'm not listening to stuff like that. I'm listening to old school R&B. I'm listening to old school rap, DMX. Like I'm listening to the Isley Brothers. Like I listen to so much different music. That's what keeps me creative.
Yeah.
It's those things that's gonna keep you creative as an artist when you listen to actual music, real music, like that actually lasts forever. Like this music from 80s, 70s, it's 2022.
And people are still sampling.
Still sampling and still jamming to it every day. So it's like some bro, I want that type of music. I want to make that type of music. That's what keeps me going.
And when you're making your music, do you go up to somebody and ask for beats, or do you kind of have an idea of what you want to hear?
To be honest, with my beat selection, I don't know.
Yeah.
I literally listen to anything. And I try to if I like the beat, I'm gonna adjust my flow, my style, and everything to that beat to make something for it.
Yeah, yeah.
So with that, and people tell me this all the time, they love my beat selection because it's never the same. Everything is different. Everything has a different tempo. So it's like so with that, I just love different. I don't like the same melodies on the beat every song where I'm just changing my flow a little bit or something like that. I like everything to be different, so I'm willing to listen to everything. So when I go to people with beats and stuff, I give them a certain type of vibe I want to hear,
Mhm.
but I tell them to take full control and just make me something that's hot. If you feel like it's cold and I can make something out of it, send it to me. It doesn't have to be exactly what I was thinking, but if it's cold, I'm gonna make something to it.
Okay.
So with that, I definitely love just listening to beats
Okay.
because it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's no certain selection of beats that I don't listen to.
yeah. Okay. Are you the Well, yeah, man. Are you the only music head in the fam?
Nope.
No.
My cousin CJ the lyricist.
Okay.
That's my cousin. That's my older cousin. He's made music for years, and is actually dropping the album this year. I think I had to check my sources, but yeah, I think he's dropping the album this year. So and then my auntie, Miss Killer. A lot of people didn't even know that she was my real auntie until we actually performed together a couple times. So
Here in Rockford,
yeah,
or
out here in Rockford. So with that, people was like I've basically come from a music background. So I've been around Kenny Kids, all those people because my auntie was working with them or around them. So it's like I've always seen that type of stuff.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Yeah, man, my bad.
No, you
Performing with your auntie, man, was that the first time going up on stage?
good. Nope. My first time going up on stage was by myself, and I was nervous as shit.
What?
I was nervous as hell. It was 2000. Oh, right here. It was 2018. Yeah, 2018 when I performed for the first time. And that was before I even had music out.
Okay.
All the times before I dropped my first video, I performed without having music out.
Oh, really?
So it was weird.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, how'd you what you
So
based
it was it
your
was weird.
selection
I based my selection on just how I felt the crowd would react.
freestyle?
And it worked though.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
people remembered. So and they would always ask me, bro, when you dropping that? Like when are you come
yeah.
on, bro, like you gotta drop something. Like so I've always had people like that on my back. I got people mad at me now because I still haven't dropped certain songs that they've heard. So it's like but I'm still getting this project together. So it's like I still got a little bit more work to do. So I don't know what's exactly is going to be on there. But I told a couple people I am going to shoot a couple single videos this year that I know that they want me to get out.
Okay.
So that's definitely going to be something I do. But with performing, when I first started performing, I was nervous as shit. But I got through it though. Once my music started playing, I got comfortable.
Hmm.
Cause it's like so now I have to give y'all the same energy that I feel. So it's like I can't be up here standing around or super nervous because
Yeah.
it's like then y'all gonna be looking at me like,
Why is he shaking?
come on, bro, like gotta get this done, bro. Like so it's like so with that, I just always got the crowd into it, and the crowd always felt my energy.
Yeah.
So it was definitely dope, and people just always loved me as an artist. So it was like, I actually got to start taking it serious now. Like I got to get myself out here, and that's
Yeah.
why I had to break out that bubble. Because the whole time I was stuck in a bubble, I was like, I do not want to be the person in front of the camera. Like,
No, no, dude, I definitely feel you, bro. Like that's how I was, man. But yeah, I mean, exactly. But I was just like, man, I cannot stay in this bubble if I want to be an artist,
you got to break out of that.
bro. And like I did, I met up with, one of the homies, DJ Vic Monster, man. He definitely
Mm.
helped me a lot, bro. He helped me with my first art show.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, man. He's definitely a classic here, man. So definitely go check him out. He also has a podcast on Spotify.
Definitely check that out.
Yeah, Beats, Boom Bap, Beats, Breaks, Boom Bap, and Beyond, man. Guys, definitely go check it out. Um, Definitely a dope DJ and a great guy in general, man.
Definitely what's
But
up.
but with that being said, bro, when was your first track, man? Your first ever track you recorded,
My first track ever was You Know.
you know?
Bitch, I'm the man and I know that you know. That was my first ever song. That was my first single that I ever wrote.
Yeah, it's actually one of my favorites. Um, your first time in the studio.
uh, when I came back from Detroit, uh, that was 2016. It was a little bit after that. I think it was going on 2017. And I recorded, you know. And then after I recorded that, I was like, okay, I gotta keep trying to record. So after that, it just got consistent. So I literally have so many songs from back then, just sitting in my phone.
But like, were you used to talking on a mic? Cause trust me,
Oh
man.
no,
Yeah,
no,
bro,
no.
that's something you kind of gotta,
Finding your voice, I tell people this all the time. Find your voice. And that is a hard thing to do sometimes.
dude,
So it's hard. I tell people it definitely was not something I was used to. I don't like hearing myself.
dude, me
When I
neither.
tell
But
people I
you,
hate my damn
what,
voice. I hate my voice.
bro? You
To
have,
me, I hate my
yeah, yeah,
voice.
yeah.
But they love my voice, especially when they hear me on songs and stuff. But to me,
Like right now.
I don't think I hear the same thing. So it's like, I
Yeah,
think it's different. I think I'm
yeah.
like monotone or something.
No, that is something. Like right now, I feel like my voice is raspy. But like when I play it back, bro, it's gonna sound all like weird.
Huh? Oh no, I'm good. I was
Oh,
just
if
saying,
you,
I just don't like my voice.
oh,
For some reason, people do though.
but no, that's crazy. Cause I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. Like me hearing your voice, it sounds like a good voice.
Yeah, that's what people be saying. I don't think I hear the same thing though. I
Yeah.
hate my damn voice and I hate my fucking laugh.
Yeah.
But people tell me that I have a fucking one of a kind laugh. I've literally had people I've laughed in the store and they've called over from an aisle and been like, Malik, that's you?
Oh,
Off
the,
my laugh.
yeah.
So I was like, bro, I literally have a one of a kind laugh. People hear my laugh and they be like, that's Malik.
Yeah.
Like, so it's definitely something that I got to get used to. I still got to get used to my voice. When I'm in the studio, I don't like hearing myself in the headphones. I don't like that. Block me completely. I don't even like hearing
What?
myself say the words.
How can you like tell
I
it's
don't know until after I get out.
what?
It's
And then
weird.
do you do multiple takes then and then just select the one that sounds the best
I
or
usually can get it done in the first take. Most of my songs got done in the first take. Got done in 2 takes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, and that was my first time recording ever. But I practice my song so much after I write it, even if it's only a day or two before I go to the studio.
Mm.
Here you go, my boy. Even if it's only like a day or two before the studio, I practice my song so much, so I know exactly how I want it to sound. Like in my head, I know exactly how I want it to sound. So when I'm behind the mic, I don't want to hear myself in the headphone, nor do I want to hear my voice while I'm. So I want you to have the beat loud.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing it, I'm going off exactly what I hear in my head. I'll hear it after I get out the studio, like after I get out the off the mic. So it's weird. I have had
Yeah.
producers tell me that's weird as hell. I've literally had that
Yeah.
happen, but it's something that I don't like. I don't like hearing myself in the microphone.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
not like that shit. Just have the beat up loud and cut my voice out, and then just let me just do it. He was like, "So you don't want to hear yourself?" No, just
Yeah.
do like after we do it the first time. We gonna go over. I'm gonna go over it once. I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna have you get the auto tune or whatever or the sound that I want, and then once we find it on that one, I'm gonna get back behind the mic. I want you to cut my voice out again and just straight beat and just let me just do it. So it's definitely it's a weird process. You can just drop it in there. It's a weird process.
Yeah, bro, but the reason why I laugh, bro, I feel like it's because it's unique, you know?
It definitely is.
Yeah,
I
man.
never thought about it like that though, but it's definitely something. Now thinking about how everybody else records and a lot of people that I've been around record is definitely something different. So, because I don't like hearing myself at all. With like after I get out there the first time, if it sounds, because sometimes I don't like using auto tune, like it's bussing. I didn't put auto tune on that.
Really?
Yeah, like that's just my
Whoa.
straight voice.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
people
yeah.
didn't believe it at first, but I'm like, so no, that's just my voice. Like if I rap that right now, that's
Yeah.
exactly how it's gonna sound. So, and my the producer that I was working with, when I told him, he said, you don't want no auto tune on. He said, I was like, no, I'm gonna just go through it. He said, you don't want no background vocals and nothing like that. No, I'm gonna just go through it. And
Yeah.
he said, all right, let's see how it sounds. And I went through it the first time, and he was like, I said, let me hear it. He played it, and I was like, bro, this sounds like you got some auto tune or something. Did you put auto tune on it? He was like, so no, this is just your voice. I was like, oh, man. I was like, that's exactly how I wanted it. Like that sounds perfect, bro. I was like, keep it just like that.
Dude, no.
So that was
That's
cold
dope.
as hell.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely another favorite of mine, bro. I really like that one.
Thank you, man. That was something I had fun with. I was like, so that's like it's a turn up, but it's a relaxing turn up. Like when you in the club
Like a
and you're
chill.
listening to it, you chilling.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's still making you feel good though.
Wow, dude. No, I'm just shocked, bro. Like, wow, man. Like, cause I shit you not, man. And please let me know if I'm grasping at straws, but
Oh no,
like,
you good?
you sound like you had fucking Dr. Dre produced you or something, bro. Like, for real, cause like, I remember I said like, it reminds me of a kind of like a
Uh huh.
Cali vibe, bro. And like, you tell me that you don't do the average stuff, you know?
Yeah, I do
Yeah,
everything my own way.
yeah, yeah, bro. It sounds like it's high, like quality produced.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I worked with Rock Royal,
Oh shit.
so with them, they definitely gonna make sure that you good. But I
Yeah, yeah.
told them, and I literally that the song the It's Bussin' track that I put out is not gonna be the actual version of what's gonna be in the video. The one that I put out is unmastered,
Okay.
and a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
So because it sounds so good, so I was like, "So wait till y'all hear the master version on the video."
Oh
So
shit.
that's gonna make it even better.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
was like, "So but with that one, I had to hurry up and get it done, and I was waiting on a master, but it was taking a little too long for me, so I had to get it out because I had a certain date. It was on my mom's birthday that I wanted it to release. So once I did that, he sent it to me. So I still have it. It sounds amazing. So once I do the video, it's definitely gonna be fun. So
Congrats, bro. Hell yeah,
thank
bro.
you, my
That's
boy.
dope. What was your first video? Cause I
Uh,
seen flexing
yeah. My first one was to the top.
to the top.
Yep, that
Okay.
was my first ever video. That was so weird because it was supposed to go a whole different way. A whole different way. My brother was supposed to be with me. My cousin was supposed to be with me. A couple other people were supposed to be there. But I ended up getting into an argument with my brother right before we was gonna go to the video shoot.
Yeah.
He ended up not coming. So I was like, fuck it. I pulled it myself. And I just got it done. So that was my first ever video. It was supposed to go a completely different way, but I was like, I gotta make it happen because I already paid the money.
Oh
So I
yeah.
was like, so I just made it happen. But
And you got it done here in Rockford?
yeah, that was right on 7th Street, I think.
South Street.
Like I think like 7th Street in Broadway or something like that. He picked out that location. Like when I sent him the song, he was like, that'd be a nice background for everything. So I was like, let's do it. And then I was supposed to have a couple people with me, and then nothing ended up going how it was supposed to. I was irritated, but at the same time, I was like, yeah, I gotta make this happen. So
Yeah.
it was still fun, but it was weird getting used to being in front of the camera and actually moving and dancing and doing shit. So that's definitely something to get used to. I'm still not used to that shit.
Dude, yeah, same here. People think, oh man, he's podcast, he's like social. It's like, dude,
No.
I'm doing it because I want to be social, bro.
Okay,
Like,
I'm trying to learn how to do it.
yeah, yeah.
Trust me, I'm still in the learning process.
Or just being used to being like seen, you
Yeah,
know?
because I have to get used to being seen. And people, the first thing that they tell me every time, especially like females and stuff, my smile. That's the first thing they point out. My smile is the first thing. So I was like, so with that, I gotta sell that. Like
Uh,
if everybody love my smile, I gotta keep that. I gotta sell that smile for $1 million. So I was like, so with that, I definitely gotta. I'm still getting my image out and still working on my image myself because I still haven't done any photo shoots or anything like that. I know one thing. I'm high as a motherfucker.
I can see you feel, bro, 'cause
Yeah, I feel that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I am
I
high as a
remember
mother.
you said
Yeah, I
something.
know you do.
You said something. That's when I
I'm
fucked
high as a
up.
motherfucker.
Nah, I should have let you guys stand up because when you stand up, you're like, oh
I was about to say
shit.
that's what happened.
Yeah,
I stressed a little bit. That shit spread. That shit go all through my body. That shit feel good as hell. I like that shit.
yeah, man. When you don't high dose it, man, you're good. But man, a 5 milliliters, bro, that will knock you on your
Yeah, fuck
ass,
you. I was about
bro.
to say the fuck
Yeah,
you.
yeah, bro, for real. I put people in comas.
Oh, see,
Not literal comas, but
yeah,
like
I feel you.
fucking
Next time though, we getting fucked up.
yeah,
We getting
yeah.
fucked up for you
Well,
next time.
me, bro, I try to stay a little bit sober just because I might have to, like today, I'm gonna have an interview later.
Oh yeah.
So I don't want to be fucked
No,
up off that. Yeah.
with ours, our next one we gonna set up is just gonna be we gonna make that shit like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like just say, well, you ain't gonna have shit to do after that. We gonna go out to eat and everything after that shit. I'm gonna pay for it. We gonna.
Yeah, cause yeah, bro. I don't like to get too high because I do it at the end of the day. I'm the host.
Uh-huh.
I'm
You
even though
gotta
we're
be a
having a good
little.
time, I still want to make sure you're getting everything you want
Uh-huh.
out. And you can't
And
get
that's
every.
smart as hell. At least you know though. It's a lot of hosts who just starting and who don't know that shit.
Yeah, yeah, bro.
And be fucking up the whole interview.
But I always tell people, if you want to try it, go ahead, man. It definitely is fun. I'm having fun. I'm getting to know you, which I would have never noticed, bro.
Yeah. I was about to say it's definitely dope as hell. You got a cool ass energy, so it's like I'm comfortable as hell. So
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, man. I don't get me wrong, bro. It wasn't always like this, bro. I was kind of like arrogant.
oh, trust me, I went through my phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to calm that shit down.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
I was
bro. I
like,
feel
bro,
you, bro.
I'm in a better state now. I was like, I just gotta accept the blessings that I'm receiving and just really go off of that shit. Like I ain't finna overdo my. I've never been the type to really overdo it, but like, yeah, I definitely went through my phase where I was that nigga. I felt like I was like that
No,
nigga.
no, yeah, bro.
Could nobody tell me shit.
And yeah, bro, that shit went to, with me personally, in my opinion, my experience, bro, that got to my head, and I came off more annoying than cool after a while, in my experience. So
Mine's too, bro. People told me all the time. That's why I had to calm it down.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was like, bro, maybe I am doing a little bit too much. I've never been like this. I think you've been around in that phase.
and yeah, bro. So growing up, kind of isolated myself for acting a fool, and then still doing my drawing thing, and fucking never went anywhere with it because I didn't really think I could do anything. 'Cause
Yeah.
I didn't really put myself in that scene. Just
Like we both could be a lot further if
yeah,
we had like more confidence when we were younger.
yeah,
Like especially in the shit
for
that we
real.
wanted to do.
Yeah,
But we were shit introverts. We were like fucking nope, I'm in the back.
yeah, and the reason why I say I didn't expect this, man, because the first time I met you was um at the food drive, bro.
Yep,
Yeah, yeah.
I remember that.
And I thought you were
That was fun.
yeah, I thought you were a performer, bro. So I was like, man, this motherfucker probably has better things to do than talk to my ass,
Oh no.
and I want to thank you for giving me some of your time
Yeah,
on the
no
video.
problem.
Yeah,
Because that was it was no, I was willing to because I'm a really down to earth person. I ain't big. We all still in Rockford. We all
yeah,
still trying to chase our dream, trying to get to a goal.
yeah, yeah,
So I'm never gonna act like I'm above anybody. Just no. So it's like so when I see you doing your thing and I'm in this, we all in this together at this point. We all in this event and we all here and I'm performing, you doing your thing with the recording and everything like that, doing a little interview. So it's like so why not?
yeah,
He doing his thing. What's up? I'm Kid Griffey.
yeah, yeah,
So it's like, like ain't no reason he doing his thing. Like I'm a supporter. I want to be part of that. Like that's dope. Like you got your whole thing going on, and this I was like I've been watching this. I've been seeing this shit before I even met you. So it
yeah,
was like I was already liking it and shit. So it was like so when I actually met you and shit, it was dope as hell. So
yeah.
I definitely didn't have no problem doing it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, man. Fucking, I shit you not. It took me like 5 minutes to like thinking about asking you to do that.
That's crazy, man.
Because the thing is, bro, I just want to record events, to show people in the internet. Rockford got its own thing going on. It's been
Yeah,
going on for a while. It's just changed
we can
as
make it
we
a lot bigger
we can't, bro. Like I said, we're big for a small town.
Yeah, we're big for a small town, but we can be a
Yeah,
lot bigger.
yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, man.
If
Shit,
people were like more open minded and just
more supportive.
yeah, more supportive and just didn't care about your background and shit. Like they just cared about what you were fighting or what you were working to get to.
Yeah, yeah, or what you have to offer
Yeah,
in a
so
way,
it's like people aren't like that. They hate on you for no reason. And it's like there's no reason to hate. Like I'm gonna say I'm in the same level as you. Like we all working towards the same goal. I want to work with you so we can see what we can make to see what we can show the world right now. Like so it's like so I'm not going I don't hate on no artist. I love every artist that put out music. I want to work with a lot of artists that's out here. I'm waiting for a couple of them to hit me back. So it's like some let's work. I want
yeah,
to work with everybody. Like we all working towards the same goal. Why not do something big and make the whole world see us?
yeah, that's true, bro.
Like it's so much talent. I know so many artists.
Dude, Rockford is talent, bro. Shit, we got stars that came out of here, bro, and we
Yeah.
got bigger gems.
Like Fred Van Vliet is in the All-Star game.
Yeah,
That boy got a ring on his finger.
yeah, bro. And
like
I went to school with him, bro.
like right, it's like it's crazy.
Dude.
Like it shows you like you can do it. Like I was like that shows you like if you do it, like if you focus on what you want to do, you can do it. Like don't let none detour you. Just stick to what you're supposed to do and stick to yourself. No, don't try to be nobody else. Don't try to fit in. None of
Yeah,
that.
yeah, definite. True is all hell, but at the same time, can you say it's hard, bro? Because I don't get me wrong, bro. Doing yourself, doing your business.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. That's those the hardest times, especially when you start to really take it serious.
Yeah, yeah, bro. And I mean, I was high as hell when I said this, if I could remember. When you're your own business owner, you're working as hard as a regular worker to come out with the same pay at first.
Yeah, at first, but you got to believe in yourself. That
Dude, and that's at first when I say ish, because the first I want to say month, you really
yeah, you're
the
gonna lose.
A
sometimes
lot.
you're gonna lose more than you make. And you
Yeah.
just gotta stick to it to know that it's gonna be a better outcome on the other end if I actually just stick to it.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I just lost a little bit. Okay. But that next trip or that next thing I do is gonna be the one that's gonna make me something. And once that make me something, I'm gonna be able to do the next thing. So it's like it's gonna build up. You just gotta be patient enough. And a lot of people not patient. They see that one loss and they be like, yeah, maybe that's not for me.
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah.
finna take another loss. But you don't even know if the next move you make is gonna be that W.
Yeah, bro.
So it's like, but you stop at that L because you scared. So it's like, so don't be scared. The L's are lessons.
Oh
Like
yeah, they definitely
every
are.
L that I took was a lesson. I've learned from so much that I've done and been through. So
Yeah.
it's like I never took that as an actual loss. Everything was a lesson. I've learned a lot. I'm smart as hell at 24 years old. And it's like some grown people tell me that shit all the time. How the hell do you think like that at 24? I never thought about that. I'm 30 something years old and you already feel like you know exactly what you want to do and need to do and you got a reason why you're doing it. Like he was like, I never thought about that. I still haven't thought about that truly. I'm still working a 9 to 5. So it's like something to see me at 24 thinking the way that I do. I appreciate that shit and I value it. And a lot of people don't be valuing that. But I definitely value it because I feel like I got a lot to offer.
Did it take you time to value it?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Trust me, I'm 28. Bro, I'm 28. I don't know if I look it, but
No, you look at shit,
yeah.
nigga.
Yeah, fucking bro. I shit you not, bro. It took me what 26 to figure out I wanted to be an artist, and then it took me 28, so like year or two to like really do my thing and see what
hmm
I like, because dude, art can come in so many medias.
Yeah.
You're doing art.
Uh huh.
You're doing art, bro. I'm doing art.
Like,
We got to stand out. So, it took me another year, which is kind of like right now going into my 29s, bro. Fucking like this is my thing right here.
nah,
What
that shit is
what
dope.
sticks me out, because usually when I put this somewhere, bro, somebody always looks at it,
Like,
it grabs more people's attention
like,
than
what the
usually my
hell
drawing.
made you think of that? Like,
Bro, I was high as hell,
that's
bro.
what
I shit you
literally,
not.
like, for real. When I was like, what the hell made him think of doing some shit like that? But that shit is dope as hell. Like,
Yeah, yeah, thank you, bro. Like it's a whole story, bro. Like I used to draw them, and then one day, high as hell, right? Because I used to paint on them.
uh-huh.
I didn't want to waste the cans, so I just cut it, put some clay on it. But it took time, bro, because like before the clay, it was just bare metal.
hmm
So
But then
like,
you had to learn to work shit in there.
yeah, bro, and it took countless hours of watching DIY videos on
hmm
YouTube. People playing with clay, wood, and I would put everything together, man. It
Cause
did
that shit
not.
is dope.
Yeah, yeah, dang it, bro.
Like, bro, you see that shit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one got slides.
For real?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah,
Oh
grab it,
shit.
bro. Oh wait, not that one.
Oh,
The third eye,
this one?
the three eye. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't
Look,
even see this one really. This shit looks like an actual thing, bro. Look at that shit.
It wasn't. I think a movie about cans before, or something like that, like animated cans or something.
yeah, yeah. This is not a thing, bro.
Oh wow.
There,
Oh yeah.
there's like people that paint on them and do weird shit, but like the way I make them is just
And it
different.
stand out though. Like that shit is cool. I'm
Yeah,
definitely. So you gonna be selling those or?
yeah, yeah. I sell them. I put them in local storage, bro. And if I got extra ones, I sell them on my own.
I definitely might need to buy me one, bro. I need
Right?
one with lights in it.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
I want a
there's.
special one though.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I make them all.
Okay, that's dope.
But dude, how long did it take you to do your thing, man? Like figure out that you didn't want to do rap or hard rap all the time, or do it
That
at
was from the beginning.
the beginning.
I've never wanted to be that type of rapper.
Yeah.
I've always wanted. I've never thought of that as a worldwide thing. That is something that comes and passes most of the time. So if you just find your own lane and just be yourself, even if motherfuckers feel like it's weird at first, motherfuckers gonna catch on, and it's gonna be something that sticks to people. Like it's not always gonna stick at first. People might jump over songs that you think was cold as hell. Like, oh man, I fucking love this song. Why the hell didn't they love it like just as much as I did? But you gotta just realize that if you just keep doing your thing, like, ain't can't nothing really stop you, and it's gonna stick eventually because all art is gonna stick.
Yeah, that's true, man. Like you might hate a project, but somebody might love it.
Exactly. Like I was like, some people, it's so many people. It's probably people who hate my music, but it's people that love my music. It's people who listen to my music every day. It's like it's people literally in Miami, Atlanta, like on my TikTok and shit from different places that listen to my music and shit. And it's dope as hell because I've like always dreamed of that, but now I just have to make it bigger.
Yeah.
So like it's like I now I have that little stepping stone. It's like I gotta actually take that shit, even with the losses that I'm the L's. I mean not losses, the lessons that I'm learning now
Yeah.
with the L's that I just took. It's just like I'm still pushing. Like I still ain't slowed down. I'm still getting stuff done. So it's like some now it's like it's time to make things happen. So with that, it's just definitely just when I first started, I was like, I'm gonna just be myself.
Mm.
Like I'm not gonna try to be nobody else. I don't want people to turn on my song and be like, oh, he sounds just like him or just sound just
Another
like that
little
guy.
pump.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
I just want to sound like myself when I
Yeah.
get on the track. Like when people hear it, they like, oh, who is that? Like that's exactly what I want people to answer. Like if you don't know who I am, as soon as you turn on my song, they, oh, who is that? Like I don't want you to be like, oh man, that sounds just like because I hear songs now and I be like, damn. Before I even ask who it is, I say, oh, that sounds just like what's the name? Who is that? And like so it's
Yeah.
like so I don't want people to do that. So it's like so I just want people to be like, oh man, who is that? Like that's Kid Griffey. Oh man, that sound good. Like and then they
Yeah, bro.
like it's gonna pass on.
You don't expect. Well, hearing your voice on the music, you don't expect it coming from rock for you. You hear it coming from that side of, you
Yeah,
know.
and that's what I love. I
Yeah,
love
bro.
that so much. I don't want my voice to sound like somewhere like I want my voice to sound worldwide, and you have to have a certain voice to sound worldwide, and it takes a lot of practice, a lot of work, but it takes a lot of being yourself as well, and that's the easy part. Well, I ain't gonna say that's the easy part. It's
No,
hard to
no.
sell being yourself
Well, being
sometimes.
yourself and getting revenue from it.
Yeah, because you have to catch people's attention. You have to sell yourself. Like you have to make people see what you see in your head.
Yeah, yeah.
I see I'm worth millions. Now I have to make other people see that I'm worth those millions that I see in my head. So now I have to create myself and like just show them like I'm different. I'm me. Like just catch on to Kid Griffey. Like so it's like it's definitely just a big market. But with my art and talent, I feel like I'm definitely something different and I strive for that shit.
Bro, I mean, I definitely have favorites. Flexing, Cali Dreaming, Bussin',
Okay.
Cold Heart, and Griffin Interlude.
Yeah, the Griffey interlude.
Yeah. But Griffin Interlude, I love music like that, bro, where it's kind of like, what you want to say, like, you know, it's not like, fuck it. I forgot the fucking word. It's like when you're grooving, bro, like,
Yeah, just a
internal, not internal.
it's a groovy wave.
Yeah, bro.
It's just like four words and it's
No,
found that I'm the
not monotone.
greatest.
It's euphoric. It gives a euphoric vibe.
I definitely feel
You know,
that.
I when you have beats like that, that definitely catches my attention because it's not always hard.
Yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like it
But
just make
but
you feel good.
but see, that's the thing where I noticed where you're right, bro. Your music's not the same because flexing, interlude, and what you want to say, Cali dreaming, totally different.
All three different songs, like three different vibes, like
Yeah.
and all give you a different energy.
Yes. Exactly. So I appreciate that because I could switch over.
Like
You one will give me a nice.
because usually you gotta go to a different artist to go find like. But if I can get my name and my voice worldwide, people don't have to like when they listen to my music. You don't have to go change to a different artist to go hear something different. You can change the next song and then you can hear me singing.
Something
You can
different.
change the
You
next song and hear me.
Yeah, you'll be vibing different.
Uh-huh. So every
Yeah.
time it's like you ain't gotta switch to a different artist, just change to a different Kid Griffey song. If you ain't in that mood, just he'll get you in a different mood. Just switch to the next song.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's the one thing that I love with the versatility.
And you don't have no album right now.
Nope.
You're coming out with one.
Just my EP just dropped and then I'm doing a part two to my EP. and then I'm just dropping a mixtape. I won't be dropping an album until my second or third year in when I actually have an
Okay.
established name.
Okay. Okay.
So that's one thing. With an album, I feel like that's a special project. You like really have to have that backing to be confident enough to put out an album because that's something that's different from a mixtape, something that's different from an EP. It's a different, like, it's a full creativity. It's basically a movie. Everything has to flow. With a mixtape, everything doesn't have to flow. You can, with an EP, it doesn't have to flow all together. With an album, that's something, that's one piece of art that you have to put together. So everything has to complement everything, and it has to be perfect to the T. And that's one thing with me. I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So especially when it comes to my music. So that's why I'm very patient when it comes to like putting things out and like getting an album together. I'm definitely waiting on that until I feel like I'm established enough and like in the space to actually create an album because I want it to be something special.
Yeah. And how long would you say a track you would say would take you?
Uh, a track, just a regular track that I've like made.
Yeah.
I've I wrote Flex in 30 minutes. I wrote 10 Toes in about an hour. Um I wrote Griffey Interlude when I was 18, and that took me I think that took me like I think that took me like 2 days to write that. I was a little younger.
Okay.
So it took me a little bit more time. I was still like getting things together. But I say like I can get a track together in about 10 minutes.
And then to produce it.
To produce it, it'll take about like I can get an hour session to get a song done perfectly.
Oh, really?
That's how long it
Holy
takes.
shit! I was thinking like a day or two or something. You know?
Kelly,
Holy fuck!
uh, it's busting took an hour. I had an hour session.
Yeah, bro. Like, damn, fuck, shit. Like,
No, matter of fact, it's busting was a 2 hour session, but I recorded two songs that day.
yeah,
I
yeah.
recorded this song called Boo Thing that I'm actually re-recording with a female artist that I'm gonna be putting out soon. And then I recorded It's Bussin'. So in 2 hours I got both of those done.
Damn, bro. Shit. I thought it took you at least, dude. Like, some of those tracks. It sounds like highly produced. Remember, like I would figure at least a few days to a week.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what a
you
lot of people be thinking.
and then you as the artist, I imagine you really put you put pressure on yourself.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And that's why I literally, when I do finish my song, I don't like, I can go to the studio the next day, but just know that whole day before I go to the studio, I'm rehearsing this song on exactly how I want it to sound.
Oh shit.
Like, I would take the whole day to rehearse that song to know exactly the T, the background, vocals, all of that. It will be in my head
Yeah.
before I get to the studio. That's why I can record a song with the background vocals, overtop vocals, ad libs if I need them in an hour, in less than an hour if I need to. And I've done it.
Damn, bro.
So it's just like I'm very crafty with my work, and I definitely like am very like I make it like I'm a perfectionist, but I'm a fast perfectionist. I want to get this done in the first take,
Yeah.
and that's most of my songs. I get it done in the first take. Let's just get in there. I think I know exactly how I want to sound, so move this to this, move this to this, and let me just go in there. So
So it's safe to say you don't like your studio, like,
packed.
yeah, like, you know, you use your studio for working, not
Yes,
playing.
no play. I don't bring nobody to the studio with me. I
Oh,
go to
yeah,
the studio by
yeah.
myself. Every time I've been in the studio, the only person that's been in the studio with me is my older brother, Durrell.
Oh, okay.
My
Yeah.
older brother D. That's the only person that's been in the studio with me before. And then uh, I've been in the studio with a couple other people just watching, but they want other people there for the ear.
Hmm.
But it's like with me, I don't need that extra ear. I got it. Like
Okay. Yeah,
me and
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
producer can get that together. So it's like with me, I'd rather be by myself. That way I have no distractions. I can go in the booth and just go back and forth. Like it's either I'm getting it done that first take. If I don't get it done, if I messed up on one part, I will literally delete that whole and go over it again, the whole song.
Hmm.
Like if I can't get it in the first take, I will keep going over it until I get it.
Yeah. I mean, I never thought of it that way, which makes sense. Bringing an extra ear.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's
but
what a lot of people do. They
yeah,
bring
yeah,
homies and stuff and friends and stuff just for that extra ear. Like if they feel like, oh man, how that sound? Or you think a homie could give you a better verse or a better line.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, so with that, I understand that. But with my music, this is all about me. Like
Mm.
I want it to sound how I want it to sound. I don't care about how the next person think it sounds. Like
Okay, yeah,
like
yeah,
I wrote it exactly how I wanted to write it. So I don't need the next
yeah, yeah,
person's unless I want your input on that. We're gonna do that before I even get to the studio. You still don't have to be there with me. You
yeah.
can listen to this. We can sit in the car, go over this back and forth, and you can help me out. It's the same vibe.
Yeah,
But when I go to the studio, you're not gonna be with me. But you can hear the song right after I get out though.
yeah,
So it's like with that, I definitely like being solo in the studio.
yeah, yeah. Very, very interesting, man. How, yeah, dude.
That's why I want my own studio. I'm
I, sh-
definitely working towards that.
yeah. I mean, I should you not, man. Me, I would bring like shit, bunch
Yeah.
of ears. What you think, bro?
And that's a lot of people that I know though, and there's nothing wrong with that. I tell
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that all the time, like, because
I'm a harsh
sometimes
critiquer, bro.
people are literally, because you will
On
critique the
myself.
fuck out of you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to say I critique the fuck out of myself, so
Oh
I
yeah,
will
yeah.
go over some shit like 3, 4 times. I will go over a song 3, 4 times, even if I only got one part wrong. I would delete the whole fucking song and go back in there and do it all over again.
Oh shit. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
that type of person. So
yeah.
it's like I don't think some artists aren't going to be willing to deal with that because if I feel that you messed up, I'm going to want you to do that whole thing again. And some artists don't like that. I can just punch in. No, I need you to do that whole thing again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I really don't know how the music works, man. Like in my eyes, I don't see nothing wrong with going back and doing the whole thing again.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of people don't like that though. They like the punch ins and stuff like that. Oh man, I got that part perfect. I can punch in on this part.
See, and then what do you mean by punch in?
So they'll pause the track and then get rid of the part that they messed up on, and then start the recording a little bit
Ah,
before that
okay.
part, and then they'll hear where they need to start in at, and then once it gets to that part, they jump back in, and that's
Okay.
punching in. And a
Oh,
lot of people be doing that, but I don't like punching in. I like to get done one take because that's when it sounds the best.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You get one flow, one vibe, one is all together. So it's just you don't have to punch in and your voice sound a little different from this part because you punched in on this part. The flow wasn't the same.
So that's what it is with your music, bro. Because I noticed some like you do go on. I noticed
Yeah,
you really don't have a
a breaking point, like
yeah.
yeah. So and that's just one take.
Wow, dude.
And so it takes a lot. I had to work on my breathing a lot.
I know. I
So,
was gonna say. I
like,
mean, I don't know which song exactly, but I feel like you go for kind of like a good minute.
I think that's the end of probably the end of
You know, maybe Cali Dream too.
Cali Dreaming too.
Yeah, I feel like
I was about to say Cali Dreaming too. It was a couple of them though.
yeah, you're like. I mean, I don't know how you want to say like continuously talking like,
Yeah.
damn man.
And people and that took a lot. That's why I practice it a lot. So when I get to the studio, I know exactly how my voice needs to be for me to get this whole thing out.
Yeah.
So like some people don't be testing it. So when they get to the studio, and producers be telling me this, I hate when people come in here and they don't know exactly what they doing or exactly what they want to do or exactly what they want to sound like. With me, I'm gonna let you know exactly what I want to sound like, exactly how I want to do it, exactly how I want it done. And so that way you all you have to do is just make it sound like that.
So you give them a sound you hear.
Yeah, I just in my head, and then I will go behind the mic. I'll probably do a couple hums or something, or do like a couple lines to
Mm.
let them know, okay, this is exactly how I'm gonna come off on that. And then, all right, get it together right now. That way, when I go back behind it, it'll be perfect off that first take. So yeah.
Do you be high in there
Oh
to
yeah,
help
gotta be.
to help or just to
It
relax
gets
you?
me in. It gets me in my mindset. Yeah,
Mm.
I get to get lost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
One thing I've never tried is drinking.
Oh, yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of people say they drink before they go to the studio.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who drink before they go to the studio. I've never done it.
Me, bro, I'm not a drinker.
I'm not either.
Yeah, I
I
mean, don't
probably
get me
take a
wrong. You've seen
probably take a
this,
shot or two.
but I don't know, bro. This is for the
I was about to
guests.
say that's for like back. That's for the scene.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. That's technically for the scene, but some of my guests they don't smoke, and that's
Yeah,
cool.
so
I'm
they
not gonna
want to take a
force.
shot or something.
Yeah, I also carry beer if they ever
See,
want
that's
beer.
caring about you.
Yeah, yeah. Because at the end of the day, bro, I want people to not just think this is a weed podcast.
Okay,
This is
it's just a
a chill, yeah,
podcast.
a podcast. We're adults here. We don't. Obviously, if I knew you're young, I probably wouldn't. bust out the weed and stuff. Yeah, but I know you're of age and stuff, so
Yeah, I've been smoking, man, since I think my first time smoking, I was with my cousin. I think I was like 16. I had put on a gas mask. First time smoking ever.
first time smoking.
I was stuck in the middle of the floor, laying down, like, and couldn't move, bro. I was pissed.
Dude. The gas mask would. Well, I mean, a gas mask it hits you hard because you're not breathing air besides the
Yeah, it's
smoke.
nothing but that.
Yeah.
So when that shit went in, bro, I died coughing. I'm talking, I threw up. After that, my head was gone. I was,
Yeah.
I was looking at the ceiling, just going. I was good after that.
Yeah, man. I really don't remember the first time I smoked, man. I smoked when I was young.
I remember that shit because after that, I didn't smoke for a good minute.
Yeah, no, I feel you, bro. The first times I got high, young, bro, I was like, what the
That
fuck?
shit ain't right. This shit is not right.
Yeah, bro. Well, yeah, man. Did you want to do the music thing? You don't have to, bro. It's
Oh
just a
yeah, we can just
suggestion.
wait till next time.
All right, bet.
Cause I know he got it. You got class at 2, don't you?
Practice that too. Yeah.
Practice.
Oh, Shay, I mean, we're about that wrapping up time, bro. I just got a few questions,
Yeah.
then we'll wrap it up. So, as an artist in Rockford, bro, how what would be your best advice?
Just stick to you. Don't try to be like everybody else, even though you feel like they're getting more attention than you are at the moment. Because people stick to a trend. So just if you are just trying to do something different and just be yourself, continue to be yourself and be different. Don't change that because if somebody tells you to, or because they feel like it'll get you a bigger scene or something for the moment. But just stick to yourself. And not stick to yourself, but stick to your art. Don't try to do what everybody else is doing. If you have your certain type of music, make that music. Eventually, people are going to catch on. It's people outside of the city that literally love music. So just stick to that.
Where should people follow you? Because you have YouTube, Spotify.
Apple Music.
Where do you prefer them? Where do you prefer to direct them?
I prefer YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, go to my YouTube, Kid Griffey, KIDDGRIFFEY, and also my Instagram, and that is I am Kid Griffey. So on those two most of the time, but
I'm surprised, bro, because I feel like YouTube might have no, not YouTube. Fucking Spotify might has more tracks.
it do because people like want to listen. They just want to turn the song on in the playlist, so they go to Spotify. But I want people to actually. I've did certain artwork with certain things when you watch my videos and shit. Like even if it's just a single track with a cover art, that's why I be wanting the people to see. So I want them to go to the YouTube.
Oh,
And
so you
just,
did those?
yeah.
Oh shit.
So
That's
I
dope.
be wanting people to see that shit. Like if you want to just chill and smoke a blunt to that shit, just put that shit on the TV. It
Or
ain't
just
just
put
no
it on.
just
Just
it
put
ain't
the
just no
music on.
standstill or nothing. Like it's always something.
Yeah, you definitely got some shit to smoke to, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. But
That shit.
oh yeah, man. Yeah, we wrapped up, bro. We're at the hour and 40 minutes. So usually, bro, at the end of the podcast, I like to draw for guests. So I make these stickers. Not they're not the highest quality, but
Hey, I appreciate.
yeah,
Okay.
you don't gotta show the camera.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not the highest quality, bro.
I still fuck with him. No, I fuck with that. I gotta take a picture of that shit.
Yeah, guys, definitely go check it out on Griffey social media. Fuck around.
Let me get one of the. I ain't get no shots for the snappy. Make sure I get this. Yeah, what's up? We in here.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Podcast, baby. What's up, my boy?
Podcast.
Hey man, look at this, man. It's dope. That shit how this is. Definitely gotta put that up. That's cool as hell.
Yeah, bro. So I really appreciate you coming on. Like I said before, my door's always open for part two. When you feel ready, like you have something to talk about,
Okay.
my door's always open, man. I
Feel like
appreciate
in
you
like
coming.
next 2-3 months, I'm gonna definitely be here. But before that, it's some events. I'm pretty sure we're gonna link up at.
Yeah, man. Definitely let me know, man. So follow Kid Griffey, guys, or check me out on Instagram. Till then, stay tuned and stay safe.
Yeah, make sure y'all do your thing, man. This from A to Z.
Appreciate it.